Let's see. Oh, there we are. We are going out. Well, welcome to the P word. The P word. Yeah, where is this? Yeah.
Welcome to the P word, you dirty fuckers.
Oh, what the hell, man?
Welcome to the P word.
My sound keeps cutting out. I don't know why. Yeah, it's really, really aggravating. And I don't know if your sound's coming through. I think just the mics are coming through.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's just the mics. We got no sound. Let's see if we got this.
I have music.
Your mom is so ugly. She made an onion cry.
Yeah. Now I think we're playing music.
Oh, there we are.
All right.
Yeah, it's doing something.
Here
I don't
we
know.
are.
Let's play a bumper. What the hell, right?
You're yelling.
You're
I know.
listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Check a 1.
Yeah, we're working.
Check a 2. 1, 2. A little bit.
No, I think we're good. I think that's just really loud.
This is?
No, this is louder than me. Now I'm okay. I can hear me at least, but I couldn't hear anything here.
It's not because it's not registering.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything
Just
here.
so you know.
Yeah, it's not registering. Why is it not registering?
Because it's not on very loud.
Well, am I registering?
That's loud.
That's loud. Okay, good. Well, I cranked it up because it wasn't working. But now it's just a cacophony of nightmarish sounds.
Sure. Hello, Matt Porter. Matt Porter says he hears us loud and clear.
Nice.
Matty,
well,
are
thank
you
God.
hearing the music? The Iron Maiden is the key here. I'm going to do something different here tonight.
Oh,
He says he hears everything.
okay. Yeah, community standards. We won't bully anyone.
I'll acknowledge it now so we
For
get it out of
God's
the way.
sake, yeah. It's
So
gone.
this weekend we have a bunch of shows coming up, which we're going to get into, and it's Rat Rod and Methmatics and Instinct, and then I have that's on Saturday, and then on Friday night we have Old School at the Cannstatter in Northeast Philadelphia, which is the where they do the Penny Pack Music Fest. But in any event, I'm
Sounds dirty.
going to start off with a song for Matt, and we're gonna kick off with some 77 Gold. I think that's what this is.
Nice.
Might as well. So because I can.
You can.
I think it's going to work. You
Eh.
never know. See if it works.
It worked in practice, like
Well,
that Timex
yeah,
commercial.
Everything works in practice. In the spirit of original music.
Dope.
She drives into the mall, all singing, all green. Don't you ever dare race. She'll swap you white and clean. She got the glasses, wheels around, and everybody knows you. If you give her half a shot, she'll race you into the ground. Cruising Susan, 77, go Monte. Cruising Susan, put a mother on the solid line. Cruising Susan, put a probe on the floor. Cruising Susan, won't you give it time?
So that was
Wow.
a band called Trifalon. It's a weird name. It's on the wall behind
It's
me.
over there, yeah.
That is the precursor to everything I've done in my life. But that is what eventually became Instinct.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's Russ and I. And Mike Sabuziak on lead vocals, Bill Becker on drums, Russ Fryman on bass, Paul Adler on guitars, Larry Barrow on guitars. And that was recorded in, I think, 1986
People were alive then.
at Fresh Track Studios in Philadelphia on Cheltenham Avenue. Not there anymore, I'm sure. Anyway, that was my way of kicking off the original music night. Might as well do it with something that I did
Yeah, why not?
because I can.
Facebook won't lose their mind.
I'm gonna probably play some Rat Rod tonight. We're gonna go fishing for some of that stuff
Nice.
online. We've got Lil John Ross in the house, and I see Matt Porter's online. So I'm gonna try something, see if we can get them on the horn here.
Cool.
While we're doing this, and then we're gonna get in some beer while they're with us. So
True.
let's see if I can get them on the line. I'll try this. Calling Matt Porter. There it goes. It's ringing.
I love how low tech it is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
Best winner or what?
You win a new car. It's a Hot Wheels, but there's not much I can do about that.
Song you start off tonight. That's fantastic.
I did that for you, sir. Now I'm gonna try and get Little John Ross on the phone too. See if we can get him on the phone.
Now look, you guys are bona fide rock stars. I'm just a jabroni. So if I need to dump out so you can get him on there to talk about your gigs, I will understand.
I think I can do everything.
He's the bona fide rock star. I'm just the guy who lives down the street.
Let's see. I'm the bona fide loser.
By the way, Matt, I've got to apologize in advance, man.
For what?
For you're going to be dealing with my kid in the fall.
Let's see if this works.
There you go.
Oh my God. So now I've got 2 celebrities on the show.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
These computers, they're so naughty and so complex.
Matt, are you still there?
There you go. I can hear you.
Is Matt still there? Did I cut him off? I wonder if I did that.
I think he vanished.
I think I have an idea. I think I have to open up another Facebook window and then call him on another line.
Oh my God.
This is pathetic.
It's like the drama.
Did you know what you're doing?
I really
Not
don't.
at all.
No.
Not at all.
I make it up as I go along. Matt's probably like, what happened? I got dumped.
To the P word, you dirty fuckers.
All right, so I go to Matt and I go to message. There's probably a way to group call, but
You could open up a room and have him
let's
call in.
see. Message. There's probably a way to group call, but John, you still there?
I'm
Jim
still
says I got to apologize to you, and then I got hung up on.
Yeah, see, that's
Oh.
what I was apologizing for.
Okay, so now it says I have Little John, Matt Porter, all on the same line.
My God, George Jetson, fuck you.
This is like,
Welcome to the party line.
976. Fuck. Hi.
Any girls out there? No.
People are like, what is 976? I don't know what
That was the number you called and got charged for, and then it wouldn't disengage when you hung up.
And my father would come to me and go, what are these charges on the phone bill?
Just $6,000 phone bill.
Well, Dad, I was feeling lonely.
Who the hell called Abu Dhabi?
It's Davi, but that's okay.
It's Davi.
You want to call Davi? That's
It's
fine.
Davi. Abu Dhabi. I speak whatever the hell language they speak.
Oh, do you?
We're all
now?
good.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. Whatever makes you happy.
God damn it. They don't pronounce B's like that.
Okay.
Wrong with you.
No, they have Y's.
The fuck is wrong with you?
What the hell? What the fuck?
Oh no.
Yep.
So is everybody still there?
Hey,
Yep.
hanging out loud and clear.
All right.
It's
So
like I feel like I'm on hold.
it does feel a little bit like that. We have a lot of dead air, Matt. It's not a pro show.
I muted when I farted. Sorry.
This is a cobbled together with a tape deck, computers, and a cheap Yamaha board kind of
Yeah,
show.
whatever the hell this thing
Jim,
is.
what classes is your son taking at school?
A girl, actually. She's
Girl.
we actually met you at the school, man. You gave us a tour of the studio.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, she's gonna be doing the sound and music and sound recording.
What color was her hair
So
that day?
look, she knows where my office is. Then if she needs anything, tell her just to stop by. I'm usually right in that same office where if I gave you a tour, I'm right in the middle of it. So it's anything that she
You out
needs,
there?
tell her to find me.
Oh, cool. I'm not sure she could find the campus yet, but we'll work on that.
It's almost a straight line from here, Jim.
Oh, I know. I just worry because she knows she travels all over the damned universe, and I'm just a worthless
Tell her
father.
to come up during the summer. You know what? There's a lot going on in our area because there's an internship class where they're doing a lot of music. And so there's students around all the time working on stuff. She just wants to hang out and get a vibe. It's there's a lot going on.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let her know.
Jim, ask the people on the other side of the wall in the Podbean world if they're hearing everything.
There's nobody here.
Oh, did you actually send the broadcast out?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Just that nobody's showing up, and Doc is offline because people are getting shot in his neighborhood and whatever the hell else is going on.
There's stuff going on.
Yeah, we live in a DMZ. What are you
There's
gonna
a
do?
lot of stuff going on. Just across the river from us in beautiful Norristown, there was a shooting today. A guy got killed.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's that, but hey, we've got more exciting stuff. We've got, so my cover band is playing, at the place where they're having the Pennypack Music Fest this year. We're playing at Cannstatter.
Yes.
Thank you.
God bless.
We're playing there Friday night from 7:30 to 9:30. That's old school, doing all the hits you love and hate. So it's a 70s revival hard rock show with a little bit 80s. I'm sorry, it's an 80s.
Yeah,
revival.
let's a little 70s.
A little bit of
stuff.
70s.
Now that's more like it.
And secondarily, we've got Saturday night, which is going to be at the Rusty Nail. We've got
Oh, really?
yes,
Sorry.
yeah, 4 bands playing. It was 6. It's a fast going rate. It's changing by the minute. So we've got
Trying to avoid the prime numbers.
we've got the Methmatics. Good,
Yeah, don't get
jeez.
that wrong. They'll stab
That's
you.
the coronavirus whiskey kicking
There
in.
you go. That was nice.
Yes, it was.
I'm shocked.
We got the Methmatics, and we've got Rat Rod and my band Instinct playing, and there's one other band, and I think they're Strawberry Jubilee or something. I don't know what they're
Sneakers
called.
and Lace. I have their album.
Oh, well then you'll love the show, Jim.
Nice.
And if by the grace of God, the van God works his magic, the van will be back and running, and my drummer from Old School will be providing live sound and lighting. We're hoping that his van is up and running. It's having a bit of an issue, so we're renting a van for Friday night to get to the Old School show. It's a sordid tale. It's just.
This sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's a losing proposition. And then we had such a shit show on Saturday at the other place we played, which I
It's
won't.
so loud I can barely hear myself think.
Yeah, we got accused of being loud when we weren't. It was yeah, we won't be
This
back
is
there.
bullshit.
So that place is gone. So long.
How do you hire a rock band and then not let them play?
I don't know, but my drummer was hitting the snare so lightly we couldn't hear it.
Was he just using just the wires
It was mostly
the whole
like
time?
airplaying.
Oh my god!
It was a shit show.
What's the point?
But that stuff happens. So I don't know if you guys have any beer you can crack open while we do this, but we're gonna do a beer tasting like we do every week. We
Nice.
we do some beer and
What the fuck is that? Okay,
I don't know, but
There we
this week Jim has supplied us with some good beer.
I hope so.
I'll tell you what, enjoy the cracked open beers. I'm going to go find one. I'm going to go back to just listening. And why don't you play Silent Scream?
That sounds so gross.
I'll see if I can find it, Matt. I might have it here.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks for coming on, Matt.
You got it.
Take it easy,
See you,
buddy.
man. All right.
So that was Matt Porter, the world famous Matt Porter.
Yeah.
Matt is known for a show called The Kiss Room, which is a podcast out in the world, but you can also listen to it live through Montgomery County Community College radio show.
I'm so going to hang out up there. We should just go visit it one day.
I have, but we'll just make it a thing. So anyway, tonight's beer is Workhouse Brewing. They are out of King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, our fair town. And this is called Czec'd Out, as in Czechoslovakia, checked out. It's a pint of keep cold and drink fresh Czech style Pilsner. It's 5.4% alcohol by volume.
Best I could
Kelly
do.
Crew in the house. We needed you
Woohoo!
Saturday night,
Thank God.
Kelly. Maybe we'll see Kelly Friday night at Konstadter. I don't know. I'm cracking this. Oh, it's foaming.
Nice.
Up
I know you liked that other Czech Pilsner.
I did.
You know, so
I like the Czech beers and I like
this.
the German beers.
It's very cheers. Skull. It's
very
golden. Golden, and we'll see.
Oh, yep. It's very bitter, but it's good.
It's got some hops to it. Yeah, but it's not like resiny hops. It's kind of balanced. I like. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Little John, you don't drink, do you? Did we lose Little John?
You may have hung up.
Ah, shit.
Did I hang up on him too?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out
just
loud.
Schedule a room and give people the link, and then
I don't know how to do that. Now I got to go find him. I'm sorry, John. Hold on. Let me call you back.
Good.
It's embarrassing at times.
Hey, it happens, man.
It's like whiskey dick, you know?
What's that about?
Never mind.
Okay.
Let's see if it rings through. Jesus. Oh, now he's just like, I'm not going to
fuck those guys.
They keep hanging up on me.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, dude. We didn't know we lost you. I do see I have an add button on here, so I can add more people now if I want to get them on the air. So we're making it up as we go along.
Why is this happening? Fuck those guys.
Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
There you go.
If the rest of the world can, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're broadcasting. I'm getting a lot of static. Are you?
I think that's the cobwebs in your head. No, I am not getting any static.
God damn it. What'd you do to my shit?
Now you want to see me.
I don't necessarily. I just thought it'd be fun to put the camera on. You're not in the bathroom, are you?
Well, yeah.
No, well, I just got out.
Okay, good. At least you took advantage.
He's
of your time
abusing
and used
himself
it
with
well.
a fish, but whatever. With the camera on.
That's delicious,
How
man.
bad do I look?
I see nothing.
You look black.
That's good.
Okay. Stephanie Sky's in the house. Maybe we can get her on the line.
That'd be badass.
Yeah, because she's not playing that night, but why not? Let's see if we can get Steph on. Which means we might get Mike on.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
There she is. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, that'll call her on. If nothing, man, that'll definitely do it. There he is, somewhere in there.
Now I hit the thing.
Wait, is he are you in a trunk of a car?
It's connecting. Stephanie Sky, you're live on the party line.
What's going on?
Hello there.
You know what Daddy likes.
She can't hear that.
She can't?
No. Your sound effects, I do not think, go backward through the system.
That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
man.
she's driving. Oh, this is weird.
This is very like
John's
Quinn Martin
laying
production.
in bed and she's driving.
It's like the intro to Mannix.
Well, I had to go. I have a trainee at work right now, so I'm trying to make time to meet with him periodically before my own shift starts, which this week is midnight to 8 a.m.
Oh no. Are you working this weekend?
I am scheduled for 24-hour call coverage on Saturday. I know you're down at the nail with Instinct, right?
Yes, and Rat Rod and the Methmatics.
Okay. Did Sacred Monsters cancel?
I have to go look. I got an email today of the current lineup. It has changed dramatically in the last 24
When
hours.
the hell did the Rusty Nail become
I
CBGB?
absolutely believe that. My other girlfriend is in that band, and I think she's away. And I asked her, I was like, "Oh, you're playing with Paul's band on Saturday?" And she's like, "What? Where?"
Am
And I
I?
was like, "Your band is scheduled to play on Saturday."
Oh,
With
no.
Instinct. And she's like, "Well, I'm going to be in Alaska." And I was like, "What the fuck are you going to Alaska for?"
That's what the internet's for.
Well,
Who wants to go to
Alaska's a tough
Alaska?
one. That's a tough one to get out of. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
who wants to go to Alaska? I'm like,
I don't, honestly. I know that there's some interesting things there,
You
but
wouldn't want to go to Alaska?
no.
I considered going to school there.
I watched so I'm into Disney and all that stuff, and we watched
Yeah,
this
it
couple.
sucks.
This woman, her show is called Super Enthused on YouTube, and she did the Disney cruise.
Yeah, I did that.
And we've watched a couple episodes. They've split it up into a couple of 40-minute episodes of them on this boat. And I am telling you unequivocally, I have no desire to do a cruise. I do the Kiss cruise just because I want to hang out with people I like, but no.
It was the only cruise I ever went on. It was cool. It was nice because Caitlin was a little kid. My daughter was very little, and we got to like throw her into daycare and just do our own thing. But when we got to the Disney Island down in the Bahamas,
Yeah,
the children's daycare was like some kind of weird German concentration camp.
I heard about that now.
Yeah. When we found our daughter, she had lost most of her clothes and was sitting in a dirty puddle.
"Are you kidding me?"
No,
That happened to me at a bar one time.
well that's
Oh
just
my
because you
God.
drink. But yeah, she
but
was.
It's not supposed to happen to small children.
Well,
That's,
no, not at the most magical place in the world, but we walked up and we're like, yeah, we're here to pick up our kid. Oh, and they're looking around
Dude,
like
that's
they don't
the
know where
biggest
she
lie in the
is.
world.
I'm like,
What?
Yeah.
What is wrong with these people? Yo, I would have lost my shit. This
You
is
know-
why I don't have children.
well, that's the thing.
'Cause I would just murder everybody in my wake.
Oh yeah,
They even
oh
went,
absolutely.
like slightly sideways towards my kin. I would be in jail. I wouldn't even be able to raise the child. So this is why I have dogs and not kids.
So let me give you the lowdown on Saturday night now. You ready? I just
Yes,
pulled up
tell
the
me.
email. This is getting
And I'll drink while you do that. so,
all right.
yeah.
So I got an email today and it said Raspberry Pi from Florida has canceled their show. So they will not be there.
They're named after an Arduino. Or
I don't.
something?
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
All right, I'm just checking.
But here's the current
Or no,
lineup.
isn't that like I'm sorry.
Here's the current lineup, which apparently is not true.
Still sounds kind of nerdy. But
Sacred Monsters at 8 p.m. Methmatics at 8:50. Rat Rod at 9:40 and Instinct at 10:30. It sounds like there's no Sacred Monsters whatsoever, though, correct?
I don't know if they are set up to play without a guitar player. They might be. You know, you guys know how that's gone in other formats.
Well,
So
there was
maybe they are.
that one band that substituted the guitar player for the ukulele guy.
and I can play the jug.
I can play the jugs.
Okay, you play the jugs, and I'll
It's called Motorboat.
I'll do the broom.
It's
Yeah.
a great song.
Yeah.
I think we lost Lil John. Yep, I think Lil John.
Tell him
I wanna know
stop
more about
fondling
Raspberry
himself
Pi.
In bed and dropping the phone.
He bailed.
Was he in bed or was he being kidnapped? I
He
wasn't
was in
really
bed.
sure.
He says he's not he bailed. Oh my God, what is going on? I have it set to call him again. This is getting silly. Oh my. So we've got one guest. They're driving in a car. Oh
Story of
God.
my life.
So maybe he had to take a potty.
You get that a
break.
lot, though.
Yeah, these strange things happen on this show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it sounds like maybe he bailed because he heard that Sacred Monsters wasn't available, and he's contacting everybody over there at the
Place.
Well, I
place.
hope not, because I might be wrong. I mean, I know she won't be there.
now we're going to have to add more songs to the sets to get this thing to go through. It's just oh boy.
Well,
So
really,
much
how
drama.
many fans do you have?
Well, we'll be down to 3 if that's the case.
Dude, this is stupid.
What? Oh, you're back.
He never left.
I'm-
He was
So
just quiet.
you heard the news. It sounds like we're down to 3 bands.
I don't know what keeps happening.
I mean, I could make some calls and maybe my kids' band could play. I think they were going out drinking this weekend.
Your best bet is to just get in touch with Chris and see what he knows. They might be able to play without her. I don't know how they're set up, but that could be entirely possible.
I know that
not having to replace anybody.
I know that Rat Rod can play longer than an hour if need be, and I know that Instinct could throw in a bunch of Zeppelin cover tunes and some Black Sabbath and some Lynch Mob, and we would get through. At least I would. I don't know about the rest of them. I can play all night if everybody knows the songs. We could always have an all-star loser jam too. Maybe I'll bring a standard tuned guitar. We tune a half step down.
Oh, what the
Rat
hell?
Rod's been half step down, so we got an all loser.
Oh, so Mark's listening, Mark McCarty, and he said that the Methmatics can go long too. So it's fine. We'll be fine if they aren't there.
All right.
We'll make it work.
So, I might be able to switch a shift because I got somebody who needs the 19th off. It's close to my house. I would still pop down anyway, even if I was on call. Because if I didn't have a call, I could just come down. So we'll see what happens.
We could always do a duo, Steph, of you and I doing the Trooper.
Yeah, there you go. We can just do that for 3 hours.
I'll just throw Mike behind the drums and.
Is he running sound for you that night?
Well, that all depends on if he has a vehicle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So right now it's a big maybe.
Yeah, don't yell at me. You'll be fine.
I would imagine he probably, knowing Mike, will still come down and he'll make that little Mickey Mouse system there work.
Yeah.
It's on the wall, which is a little awkward.
It is, but it does work. I mean, bands, there's a lot of bands that go through there that do not bring their own gear.
Yeah.
It's, we're just a little spoiled because we're used to having like a lot of stuff, but
right.
It's not a bad system. I would definitely bring your own microphones and stuff. I'm not a fan. I think there's just 58s up there or something. I can't remember. I
would bring the one that Mike got us. But we can make it work. And the other thing that I have in my possession that may be with me, if so desired, we could always hook up the old school PA system and run their speakers into it. I don't know if I have.
Just bring this thing.
Oh yeah, this will do the.
There you go. Yeah, it's nice and compact. it's only a little shitty.
The wee thing.
It's just a little wee.
It's got 4 microphone inputs.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's all you need.
It's for a barbershop quartet, right?
Yeah,
it's for a quartet. Yeah. Don't let the sun rain down on me. Right?
Wow.
Have you recovered from your last show experience, Paul?
I'm still very angry about all that. I really am.
Time for motherfuckers to pay the ferryman.
I'm sure you heard all the news that I basically Sunday morning ended the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. CNN and MSNBC had a special.
At least for the remainder of this year. I told them that we will not be returning until the audio.
Will you make him crawl?
Stuff. Well, he could be listening to this, so he might be like, "Fuck you, man."
No, I mean, no, but, look. You bring you.
You always have to be careful. You never know who is where.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
You talk nice and you present the facts.
So well, no, I always sound like a dick. I'm not being unkind, but
that's because you are, Jim.
I know. But I mean, I'm a casual. I'm observing from the outside, and
you are such a dick.
Sorry, and I'm just saying.
Didn't they tell you about looking in people's windows at night? I thought that they had a report on you for that.
No, the judge was cool, but but no, I mean it's like if you want to pack the bar and you want to, it's like years ago I was telling my wife like I would love to open a place and just around here in this area, in this general area, or in the Philly suburbs, open up a place, have local bands come in because they bring their own crowds, and there's so many colleges around here and all kinds of other shit.
Those cheap bastards.
But you guys bring in the Gen Xers, and let's face it, we run the fucking world. So
not those Gen Xers.
No, not those guys, but I don't know who they are. We don't count them.
but in all seriousness, so we played Friday night at I would call it a smaller sized bar, Curran's in Bensalem, and we rolled the gear into this massive place that we played on Saturday night. It's one of the biggest places around that we play, and I did not touch a single solitary knob on the PA board. I left everything right where it was. All the sliders and faders and everybody was where they were. And my amplifier was set exactly where it was the night before. And I was only, I would say 15 feet from the bar when we played Friday night. Saturday night, we were a good 60 feet from the bar, I would guess, from one end to the other. And as soon as we started playing, the complaining began. And I brought the mains down and took my amp down a little bit. Everybody took their amps down, and it still wasn't good enough. And this just continued and continued and continued and continued and continued to the point where I roll my volume off my guitar in between parts of a song so it won't feed back on itself. And especially if I'm standing right in front of an amplifier, I just left my volume pot wide open the whole night after that because there was no need for any of that. And that's what I would call just above bedroom volume. My amp was on about 1.5. 1.5.
I fuck like a beast.
And then I sang whispering.
Yeah.
To prove a point.
It was very intimate.
Anyway, we will not be back anytime in the near future.
That's a real shame.
It's one of my favorite rooms to play. It is a place I really, really love. I like the food there. I like the people that work there. The crowds that come there are very enthusiastic. And for the better part of 13 or 14 years, it's been one of my favorite places to go to.
And now it smells better.
It does. They improved that aspect. Although it does, they had a note about that it is welcome. I did see that.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know how that's working. But in any event, we're still in all your other favorite haunts. And this week we start somewhere new for the first time ever. We play Cannstatter. So
sounds very German.
It's a little bit German. It's a little bit German. Yep. I'm sure they welcome the Jews like me in. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, that might not be a good thing.
Yeah, anyway, it's where they have Penny Pack Music Fest. It's going to be just fine. So Little John, are you excited for this weekend to play?
Well, it's getting a little more depressing, but we had all our friends there, and now it seems like everybody's bailing.
I heard the Mummers were doing a live show on Broad Street on Saturday night.
Oh shit, that's where I'll be.
No, really?
No.
I was like, that would be really bad for me, Paul.
Them Mummers.
You know what being on call in the city is like? Like, I try to look at the schedule, like on phl.gov and stuff, just to avoid major events so that, like, I'm not stuck in 2 hours of traffic trying to get back and forth to work.
Understood. No, it is that I was only joking.
No, it's true, man. I went down to the Franklin Institute once with the kid and the wife, and the Mummers were there, and I was like, motherfucker, where'd these guys come from?
And for the people that are not from this area that are listening, all 1.6 of you, the Mummers are
no, there's literally no one listening.
It's hard to explain, but they're a musical ensemble from they're different groupings of musicians from all over the Philadelphia region, and they play string instruments. So
there's string bands that dress like clowns,
but people might even know what a string band is.
Hey!
What?
They play banjos and they play mandolins and
zithers.
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff they play, and it's interesting. I'll play a piece of it. I'll find some.
Are you doing it? Well, I mean, you can always just Google Mummer.
They are not playing this weekend. I was only joking, but it's a Philadelphia tradition.
But now everyone thinks they are
famous for the.
You're going to fuck up Market Street, man.
All right, let's see if we can find.
Wouldn't that be funny if we did that? If like all of a sudden people like showed up,
we made a flash mob.
Yeah.
Here's some Mummers.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's like what it's like. Loud as shit.
I mean, speaking of Cannstatter, this is very reminiscent of what you might hear at a Cannstatter normally, right?
At least they're an Oktoberfest.
So horns and
don't tease about
xylophones and
Zithers.
Zithers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Darth
What
Vader.
the hell is that?
That was Darth Vader.
Yeah, like I like some of the costumes. I like the big feathery things. But
That's called the Fancy Brigade.
yeah. Oh,
That was always my favorite when I was little.
Yeah, the comics were always political.
Yeah.
oh, this is the music my mother used to dance to at weddings, man.
The sad part is after I was at the age 13, I was always hungover New Year's Day. And that stuff would come on in my house, and I had to, because it was on and everybody was downstairs watching, and I'm watching the colors and the music, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I got to bail. I can't watch these people. I need slow moving things. True story. True story. Lots of champagne and Jack Daniels. They don't mix.
Who the
well
hell is
together.
13 drinking champagne and Jack Daniels?
Me?
What the hell kind of families you grow up in?
They didn't know what I was doing. Vinny's on the line. Vinny's out there. I see him out there.
I would imagine the best thing to drink out of your parents' bar would be the Galliano, because they'll never know.
I don't know if we had Galliano.
Everybody had Galliano.
No, we had Manischewitz.
Well, yeah, maybe it's just Italians.
So who wrote Curran's was a tiny place. Somebody wrote that on
That
there.
was Kelly.
Oh, Kelly. It was small, Kelly. It was small. I don't know why your post is over top of hers. I don't know what's going on.
I'm
here.
sorry. I fucked it all
I
up.
don't know.
It's my fault.
Just
blame me.
I don't. Technology's failing me.
Yeah, it's failed us all. Damn it.
I got to order some cables. I was going to do that during the show, but I have so many windows open. I think
There's too much
crash.
going on.
I'll
Yeah.
crash the show. It's just not going to work out. My God, it's already after 9 o'clock. What do you got? Underwear hanging up in your car? What's going on over there?
Who, me? They're reusable masks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were air drying your panties on the way into the office. I gotta pack a pair of panties. I'm on call 24 hours a
But
day.
more specifically, is there any underwear in your car?
Well, I would imagine she might be wearing
No,
some. Uh-oh.
Uber on-call girls. I piloted my SUV, perform services.
Jesus.
They had, set garments for my advisor.
I was gonna say my Uber driver didn't even talk to me.
That'd be
You know, that might be a thing to do.
What?
Emergency underwear delivery.
Hmm.
Maybe we could.
It would be shady.
It would be shady, but
I think more maybe emergency French tickler delivery.
Well, they had that's Adam and Eve, but it's a 2-day delivery, unfortunately.
Yeah, but we can make it faster.
I
don't want to wait 2 days.
Try.
Damn it.
It's you can make it faster. Oh my God.
I'll just run up to Collegeville. I'll get some chicken at Specs and then get some stuff and then deliver it.
No problem. Is that place still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, I think so. I don't know.
think Specs.
I wouldn't
still
know.
there.
I think Specs is still
Okay.
there. Yeah.
I heard it's sold. I don't know if that's
It better not, because I haven't had their roasted chicken in a
I
while.
need to go in that place. I need to check that out. I used to go to the one when I worked in Montgomeryville.
Oh,
there was
that
one in Montgomeryville,
Yeah,
and I
same
stopped
thing.
in there a few times.
That's
And
the big one with
it's really
they've got like
creepy.
That's the place where guys walk around with like mirrors on their feet and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what they would need those for.
Yeah, there was a guy that did that.
I've got mirrors on my feet.
And he had like some weird rain hat and a trench coat. It was like, really, dude?
And that was Guy Smiley.
Yeah.
Who the hell's Guy Smiley?
Guy Smiley is actually based off of the game show host Jim Perry from Canada.
Makes sense. It all comes back around,
That's
Jim.
what happens,
It all
man.
comes back around.
Yeah. No, I remember last time I went into the Collegeville adult world, I felt really stupid because I walked in.
Well, you were there.
Well, that's yeah. But I mean, there was like a high school girl on the floor, like stocking the shelves. She looks up, she's like holding like a dildo, like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like,
a high school girl? Is that legal?
She looked like a high school girl.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, and when I was in high school, I worked at West Coast Video, and everybody there was, probably 19 or younger. And we had a dirty room.
Yeah.
And we all put the boxes away. And the boxes.
Stop saying box.
Showed it a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
A lot. And, we had an incident in the store one night.
Did it involve felching?
I don't even know. Maybe they listen. A woman I worked with, I'm not going to say her name, but I won't say her last name. Her name was Deb. And Deb was we were restocking the shelves at the end of the
I
night.
almost answered that.
I was off vacuuming in the back room. And
Is that a metaphor?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, she walked into the dirty room to put some dirty boxes away or some dirty tapes away or whatever, how that worked. And there was an individual in the room after we had locked the doors. He had gotten caught up in his enjoyment of all the boxes.
No.
And it's a room that you can't see in. There was like a partition.
Some people are very turned on by rectangles.
And as she was a very buxom, very attractive young lady. And upon her entering the room, he had a happy ending.
Oh.
Well, that's gross.
Yes.
Wow.
True story.
Wow.
Yeah. West Coast Video.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Those were the good old days of videotape rental.
Yeah, it was fun going over there. I remember we were at the Stage Door over at the mall, and every once in a while they had they had like a flip book, this big thing that had plastic over it, like a piece of like plastic that was opaque, and you could flip through the titles, like the boxes were flattened, and it was like a Rolodex.
Oh, that's how they did it. Okay.
So yeah, so you'd go over and look through that because they didn't have a room, and every once in a while we would be like looking through it, and the guy would be like, "Can I help you?" Sorry, no.
See, now the way it worked
Got
at West Coast was the empty boxes were on the shelf. You brought the empty box to the counter. It had a number on it. You went to the corresponding number on the shelves. Everything was numerically listed. You exchanged the box for the cassette, which was in a special container. You gave them the cassette.
Here, sir, here's your knob gobblers.
$2.10, whatever it was, and a bag of popcorn. See you later. Don't know what you're going to do with a bag of popcorn and Christie Canyon, but that's fine.
Don't
whatever.
want to know.
I can think of
don't
few
know
things.
and don't want to know.
And I will tell you that it was a significant percentage of our rentals.
What was the golden age of porn, man?
There was some stuff I saw, people coming in. I was like, wow.
Do you have any chicks with dicks? Get out. Get the fuck
No,
out.
they didn't ask those questions at the counter typically. Well, you're going to ask a 16-year-old, you got any chicks with dicks movies?
Well, I when I was
they did have the Milkmaid movie though.
Oh, that's gross. I used to manage a deli, and I had guys working for me like in their 20s. I was like in my 30s. No, was I? No, 20s. They were younger than that. Shit, I don't know. But like every once in a while, they would always come back to my house. We'd hang out. And one time, I had a friend who worked at a video place, and he did movie reviews to find out how many videos to buy for rental.
Okay.
So he had just tons of video cassettes. And he's like, "Do you want some of these?" Like, I just tape over them. And I was like, "Yeah, man, sure." So of course he gave me a bunch that were like German porn and all kinds of weird stuff. And so one time
Schnell!
I put one in, and when these guys were over just to mess with them, and they were like horrified but wouldn't look away.
That's the way it works.
So I was like, okay. So one night I went over to the video store and I got some horrifying video. I don't remember what it was. And I brought it home, and they were coming over, and I put the video in. They were just grossed out and whatever. So, when I was done, I went to take it back. A friend of mine was working there, and I saw him as I was walking up. He was at the counter. I'm like, I really don't want to bring this to the counter right now. But I didn't want to pay the extra day of rental fees.
See, it's like getting rubbers.
So I was like,
just gotta do what you gotta do.
Screw it. And I walked up and I handed it to him. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how you been?" Yeah, man. And he just looked at it and started laughing. Like, just.
I think
that's the guy right now that is the film editor for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, perfect.
So I grossed him out.
See, everybody got their start. I got my start and did nothing with it. I went from West Coast Video to Channel 6 to HYY Radio and Channel 12 to being an editor at a magazine. And then I ended up in the printing industry for the last, for crying out loud. I've been in printing now for almost 30 years.
I miss it.
Graphics.
I miss that. I used to like working for print.
It's okay. I give it a big okay.
Huh.
I would much rather be doing something, like this for a living.
Well,
although
yeah.
we do a very bad job of it, but you get my gist.
So we're supposed to do a bad job. That's what we do. That's our.
That's what that's what I would like to be doing. I would like to be doing commercials.
Yeah, that's why we did all those.
Need
videos.
raid? Get some now. Kill those bugs. Attack, kill, destroy. It will make you feel better and make them feel dead. I see puppies.
What fell out? Oh, those kind of puppies. Sorry.
Yeah. They puppy mad. Mommy had to leave.
So is this at Mike's place that you're at right now?
No, I'm home.
Oh, you're home. Okay.
I am at home.
So do the dogs go with you, or do you have a separate, I don't understand the whole situation.
Lily lives with Mike and Trace lives with me.
Oh.
So when I go, Trace comes with me, and when I go up there, he comes with me so that
I think normally I'm there when you're there, so they're all there, and I'm like, okay.
They're all there.
Yeah, it's like a shared custody thing.
We lost our signal. Oh, that's back now.
Yeah.
We're having some internet issues here at the house.
We were having some earlier.
We buffered on you, and we buffered it live out to everybody else. I'm missing Vinny's comments here. Oh, Vinny says his parents own a video store. It's called Vinny's Video.
He also said he didn't own underwear, so I was just trying to ignore all that.
Listen, if you don't need it, you don't need it.
I need it.
I don't like the chafing.
I don't like the zippers.
Well, we all remember something about Mary.
Well, did you ever do that?
No.
I have.
No.
It hurts.
No. Hell no.
It's very, very painful.
And just to make sure there's no mistaking in any issues back down there, I shear the sheep.
Take your butt. Good boy. Give him your cookie.
That's a nice stove you have there. And a nice floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to redo the kitchen in this house, and I literally, picked everything from the ground up. So
very nice.
Are gray, and my wall is blue, and I got these. I looked through because I'm a psychopath. Where is it? Literally. Like 12,000 sets of knobs on Amazon to find the right ones.
I get it.
And I had handles that I had to pick, and my contractor thought I was stupid for putting short ones on the small drawers and big ones on the big drawers. But I was like, screw
it's
you.
What you wanted.
That's what I wanted. But yeah, this stove I've stole pretty much from Sears Outlet. When it was open. Over there, they had a Labor Day sale, and I had a Sears card, and the stove was supposed to be marked for 30% off, and some asshole couldn't count, and they marked it 50% off.
Nice.
So I pointed this out to them and said that I wanted it at 50% off plus the additional 10% off for using the Sears card, and that's what happened. So I spent very little money for a very expensive stove.
Very nice. Well, you can't lose there when you're winning.
I know.
She did say knobs, Vinny. She said knobs. Yes.
Yes.
Very observant.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was showing everybody my knobs on the internet.
Well, I'm the only one that can see it with Jim, so you can have all the fun you want with your blue glasses. She can't hear that, Jim.
I know, but everyone on this thing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure that they're funny, and I'm bummed that I can't hear them right now.
He's playing little sound effects. I'm going to do one.
You have to just download the podcast.
But nobody can hear them except us.
That's because you're doing that shit over there.
I can do the rim shot, which will be very loud now. Ready?
Okay. Wow, that was awful.
But she didn't hear. You might have heard that. Did you hear the rim shot? No.
No.
That's gross.
It's a shame.
You are such a dick.
Wow, I'm really flanged out now.
If I was on Podbean, I probably could hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have never. I think I played back a show once on there, but I have not. I've not partaken.
Sure.
Yeah.
Partook.
Partook. Bespoketh. I don't know. I have not had the pleasure.
I still sound very weirdly flanged out or something.
Flanged out?
A little bit.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. How's that? Try that.
I've started the conversation upstairs about you and the P word.
What's the P word?
Man.
That sounds better.
I don't know. He's playing stuff about the P word now.
Sorry.
No.
You can't hear
P
it.
word or the P word?
The
The P word.
God, I need coffee. I'm sticking you in my cabinet for a minute.
That's
There we go.
now my computer's stuck.
Oh shit.
I can't get any. I'm frozen.
It happens.
Now it's moving. Let's go back here. Let's see. No, it's still frozen. Hold on.
It's not frozen. It's moving.
No, it's moving.
Johnny Depp's frozen in the corner there.
Why is he there at all?
Because he shops at Aldi. I don't know.
Where is
you know, if Ted Kennedy,
he's dead.
If he drove a Volkswagen, he'd be president.
That was my first new car.
Similar to my first car.
Found that today. I had gray down here.
You need to go potty.
Yeah, mine was the same thing. It just didn't have the thick front kit like
pretty
that.
much the same color too. It was an ES with a V6. She was a showstopper.
Huh, mine is a piece of shit with a V4, or I think with a straight 4.
Well, they had a turbo version that had 244 horsepower.
Mine acted like it was a turbo, but it wasn't supposed to be. I never checked.
You had the that was a
2.2 Shelby, yeah.
Shelby, yeah. 2.4 liter inline V 4-cylinder which was 144 horsepower or something like that.
It was nice.
Yeah.
When the engine block cracked, it actually got better gas mileage. I liked it.
As the water poured out the end.
Yep. Jeez. Damn.
I wasn't even. I was
certainly
I skimmed it and it went off.
Damn.
So anyway, that's the lineup. I think Little John bailed again or went to the bathroom.
He's just being quiet because we're being loud.
Probably.
We've got Bush. We've got Bush.
Left ear only.
That was very loud.
That's weird.
Mm.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I got a message. Let's see if it's him. Go to my messages. It says ongoing call. We're going in and out of the video chat apparently.
Huh. That's what we do.
So it wants me to tap to join. What? I'm already in.
Tap it anyway.
I'll tap. All right,
What's the worst that can happen?
I didn't know I left, but something's going on. What the?
What?
She turned the video off. Okay. That's fine. Must be.
What the hell?
Wait, because I just got a message that's told me to tap to join.
Oh, well, you're back.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, this is not meant for broadcast.
Well, it's a podcast. We can't do all this at once, man. We're killing the bandwidth.
Oh, boy. Anyway.
It's your Wi-Fi, motherfucker.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is all jacked up. And I don't know what my mother-in-law is doing up there.
Ooh.
Let's just be honest.
I'm thinking...
I was working this morning and shit was just going sideways. I was losing signal on the TV because I keep the TV on in the background when I'm working. And then my screen was like freezing up and I'm like, something's going on up there. I don't know what goes on.
It just happens.
Excuse me.
Sorry, it's breathing.
So,
what?
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words all of a sudden.
Sorry.
I was hoping Terry and Russ were going to call in. I was thinking we were going to have a little more participation considering what's going on this week. The big show.
That's okay. We literally had no one on Podbean.
It's not like the Rusty Screw, dude. I don't think it's going out.
Yeah, it's going out.
And something's wrong. We always have people on there.
People are jumping in and out, but just none of the people we know.
That was probably the place we played Saturday night. He's like, I'm going to check in and see what they're saying about me, those sons of a bitches.
I'll jam them up.
I never even met the guy.
It's also like
ever
senior week for a
texted
whole
with him.
bunch of
I've
people.
never actually met the person. Maybe I did once. I was probably drunk. I've never had a meaningful conversation. It's very strange. I didn't. Whatever. It's fine. It's just so awkward.
It's what it is.
It's what it was.
Yeah.
At this point, it's over. It's over, Jerry.
Well, that'll keep you out of some doubles too. Doubles are tough.
I don't like the doubles unless I'm making like buku
a
bucks
lot of
kind of,
money,
yeah.
worth it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
like we're doing a double in September, but the night before we're playing in Ocean City, Maryland, and we're making a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You know,
What day is that?
what's that?
Ocean City, Maryland. It's in September.
Yes, it's at a place called Sunset Grill. It's on the harbor side, on the west side of Ocean City. So my wife and I are going to get a hotel there. I know you guys are probably doing the same. I think it's the Holiday Inn Express. It's about 2 blocks from the venue, and it's a 5-minute drive to the beach. So
that would be sweet. That's kind of what I thought. We're like, it's like I had never been to that part of Maryland before for M3, and like I didn't realize how far inland it was.
It's
but
in.
I had like little stuff with me, and I was like, oh, I'll duck out. It'll be nice, and like, I'll go hit the beach or something. And then it was like, shit,
there's a mall.
Like, you're 3 hours away from any kind of coastline, and I was like,
no, there's a mall, and then where the after party is, there's actually a small lake there. I think we're probably going to go back next year, and we're going to try and get in that hotel, the Lake House.
That one down there. It looked expensive. I don't know.
It's pricey. There's a game you can play. Apparently, we talked to some people, and they told us there's a game you can play to get a lower price. It's about $500 a night, I think.
That sounds exhausting.
Yeah. So I'm not going to pay $500 a night, but we're going to see what we can do. Because it would be really nice to go to the after party every night and just fall down the hall into the elevator and go to my room.
Yeah, go up and then go to your room. Go to bed.
And literally, you could walk across the street to the venue if you really wanted
or
to.
go to the after party and Uber back.
Sure.
Probably cheaper.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm not.
Now.
I think I'm done with the other place. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember much of it anyway.
I like that place.
I used to like that place. I like they had the all you can eat breakfast. Well, they don't have that anymore. They don't have that.
What happens?
You have to order from a menu, and then
really?
Yeah,
oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it was not
like I ate that much to begin with.
It wasn't that good.
A couple of pounds of sausage.
There's some sketchy stuff going on too, and with the prison being across the street and all that, that wasn't.
There was no prison.
Yes, there is.
There is.
Yes,
I never saw
diagonal from Ollie's is a prison.
Really?
Nice.
Yes. I just kept that to myself.
Ollie's, the place that sold the Paul Adler dolls.
It did.
All right.
From Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
funny.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. And, we've done a year of rain. That means next year there won't be any.
Right.
Right?
No.
And it'll be warmer. Right?
No,
it'll be 32 degrees.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I have to buy a new tent because some asshole broke the tent, Paul Adler. And
I distinctly remember when that happened.
I don't. I have no memory, but I was told. So I said, oh, what happened to the tent? I know the roof was ripped. I said, because we stopped on the way home and threw it out. And Nancy said to me, she goes, well, some asshole bent the frame. And I was like, who did that? That would be you.
Wasn't it all ripped up and everything?
The roof was ripped up. Yes. So it was leaking.
I didn't notice that when we were putting it away. I didn't know that you had a tear up there, but I remember when we were trying to set it up.
Yeah, I didn't make the tears. We had lent it to somebody, and when we got it back, and we opened it up for the first time at M3, and there were three or four bad rips.
Well, they never took the top off. They just folded it.
They folded it so it creased and cut.
Yeah.
So it was $180 that thing, I think, or $250, whatever it was.
That sounds more likely.
So I'm gonna buy. I was looking into buying one with our logo on it. They're a little pricey.
I imagine it would be. Maybe you should look into getting some vinyl decals and then just get a tent that has.
That's a smart idea.
Or just
put a
get the
sticker
shower curtain from.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
Yeah, the shower curtain from Cafe Press.
It'll have double.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Cafe Press shower curtain is gigantic.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was just an idea, but I think if anything, I'm going to get a black one this time. Yeah, because it'll look better in pictures.
Yeah. It's just hard. You got to be careful when you fold them, not to be drunk because you can really fuck.
Well, they tried to put the drunk guy away.
Yeah, that doesn't.
They locked him in the car.
Yeah, he gets out.
He apparently got out, from what I understand. Then they put him back in the car, and apparently he escaped again.
Yeah, you got to bungee and duct tape people like that.
So I don't listen. The only thing I remember was I remember falling.
We all do it.
And then the next thing I remember, I was in a hot bathtub.
That's crazy.
I remember falling, and the next thing I remember was being face down in a puddle. That's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding you. That's what happened. I don't remember anything.
I've only ever been that drunk once in my life.
I know I have been many times, but I don't ever recall blacking out or losing memory.
I literally can't drink that.
Apparently, I drank a lot of
shots,
illegal grain alcohol.
Legal grain alcohol.
No,
What
it's
moonshine.
legal.
I drank a bunch of moonshine.
It's just Everclear.
I don't know that they were actually making moonshine for it to be illegal. I think they did have grain alcohol. mixed with some-
Okay. Well, whatever it was,
I
I
have
had
some in my fridge I made
I
last night.
apparently downed quite a bit of it in rapid succession, followed
It's
by
powerful.
red Solo cup full of margarita.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah, nope.
And that's the last thing I remember doing was drinking a margarita.
So who'd you vomit on?
I didn't. I didn't
After a
even wake up.
margarita?
I don't even wake up with it. I had a slight headache the next morning. We went to Dunkin' Donuts and I had my coffee and I felt fine. And I was like, that.
Unbelievable.
It-
I would be wrecked for like another 4 days if I did something like that. I'd be completely useless for days.
That's
until
funny.
my body.
I think most people would. And I think so when I was really younger, when I was like 13 years old, I used to drink just to the point where I literally passed out and went to sleep.
What the fuck?
Those days I used to wake up to those mummers things, and I was sick then.
Horrible.
But we mixed everything that my parents had in the bar. So I would go downstairs, I would get a container, and I'd go. My dad had a
Little Canadian club, little
pretty big bar downstairs, and we would take about 3 millimeters out of each bottle in the bar. So
try not to get caught.
yeah. So if you take 3 millimeters out of about 100 bottles or 60 bottles, you've got a pretty full container of alcohol. So we would take that and we would shake that up, and then we would find something to mix it with. Usually like orange juice or
some reds,
something, I mean, whatever was in the house, some ginger ale. I don't know. And
did you ever hear of Karen Ann Quinlan?
And then, and I'm telling you, like when I say anything and everything, we put mixer in there. If it had alcohol,
mixers don't.
Wine, cherry wine, almond wine, whatever wine, Manischewitz, gin, Seagram's.
Jesus Christ.
Everything that was in that bar, 3 millimeters. Because it was almost indistinguishable once you took that little bit of alcohol out. And our only goal was, it was not to have an enjoying beautiful cocktail. It was to get intoxicated. I mean,
yeah, because you were young and you just wanted to get shit faced.
Yeah. So
it's people like you
then
that's why I get carded when I buy fucking paint.
3 years later, I started getting high, and it was like, oh well, this is a lot easier. So I did that for a couple of years.
I don't think that works on me.
You haven't been smoking the right stuff, son.
No, I've been doing that. A few times I've been with the people doing that kind of stuff. It just doesn't seem to do anything.
I don't really care for it. It makes me paranoid, so I stay away from it anymore.
I felt bad that the one time I didn't even mess around with it. I smelled so bad you yelled at me.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
That's fine.
Okay.
Damaged my psyche. You don't remember. That's fine.
It's nothing personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just business.
You are such a dick.
Why does that sound like that?
I don't know.
Why so bright? There we go.
Why so serious?
No. Hey, look, I had to bust out my favorite baby because I haven't played her in a while.
Elvira.
That's my warlock. One of my warlocks.
That looks like a Korean or a Chinese warlock.
That is that's a limited edition, numbered, made in Korea.
Yeah, see, I know my shit, man.
So MOD 202, but she plays like a dream.
Wow.
Nice.
Stacy Spirit is on the show. She's tuned in.
Hello, Stacy.
She does a lot of promotion in the Philadelphia area for a lot of bands, and her page is called Musicians and Friends, users group. It's in the comments, so if you want to check that out, it's a pretty cool page. And Vinny, we know you never smoked, drank, or huffed glue. We know that. It's fine.
Did you read that right?
He said he never did.
You sure you read that right?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't drink or smoke. Oh, but he huffed glue. Okay.
Remember that?
No,
you remember the song Conjunction Junction?
He didn't do any of that.
What's your function?
Well, I'm skimming.
Okay.
So, Stacy, welcome to the show.
Hello.
If that's what you want to call this.
A shit show.
It is a shit
That's
show.
fine. That's fine.
Oh, she's got a badge on her thing. I don't know what that means.
Don't stalk people.
No, it's right there.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Special badge. I don't know. So, yeah. So what else you got, Jim? What's going on?
Nothing. I was messing around with some stuff earlier today or something, trying to figure out if you wanted to talk about movies that you like, but you're not proud of liking.
Huh?
Guilty pleasure movies.
Well, they're all pornos.
Not those. I mean, like other stuff.
I don't really have any guilty
Really?
pleasure movies.
None?
No. Well, all right. The Never-Ending Story.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That counts. Yeah. But
And,
I mean, that's a classic. It's in so many ways. So it's like, can you really say that?
I
Yes.
love that movie.
Yes,
the
you can.
Labyrinth. How's that?
That's okay because what's her face was in it, and that's
David
good.
Bowie was in it.
I'm not talking about him.
Do I have a scratch? Oh my!
I'm talking about like really bad movies. Like one of mine is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
The one with all the people.
The
that
Bee
weren't the
Gees.
Beatles. Yeah, that was not a good movie.
I will watch it though whenever it's
I
on.
think Aerosmith was in that.
Yes, they were.
I watch it all the time when it comes on, and I don't tell anybody about it. Is A League of Their Own.
That was a big movie when it came out.
It was a big movie. I still like that movie. Everybody can go scratch.
Well, it's like another one of mine, Waterworld. I will watch that if it's on for a little bit.
I was bored by that.
It gets boring at some parts, but when it starts to be like a show at Disney, I kind of get bored. But
Vinny's excited for apparently the Elvis movie. He said it's coming out. It does.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I have to say it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks is playing the Colonel.
Yeah.
Which that's
weird, man.
It's a lot of makeup. But
Please tell me it is. He's got diabetes. Don't get fat like that, man.
No, it's a fat suit.
Okay, good.
Kind of like the one David Lee Roth wore in the videos that he did.
Well, here's another question for you.
I love those videos.
Are there any songs you like that you're not proud to like?
Well, there's a whole bunch of bands that I like. Like
that's another one.
Listen,
yeah.
I grew up in a household where Barry Manilow was played a lot. I hated Barry Manilow as a kid, but now when I hear certain songs,
you cry when he plays Mandy.
It's nostalgic. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of '80s music that I didn't care for at the time. But now I look back on nostalgically, it reminds me of, like I was talking about West Coast Video earlier. They played a lot of Duran Duran in the store.
There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like a My Sharona fan, I'm going to have to.
I don't. Well, I loved that album.
My Sharona?
I have it right over there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, we were into that big time.
Yeesh.
I was into the Cars. I was into the Knack, the Pretenders. I'm trying to think who else. The A's. They were all in that same sort of
classic
punk
rock kind of thing
genre of sorts. At the same time, I was really into Black Sabbath, though.
Yeah,
and Vinny's talking. He was into Frank Sinatra. He grew up with Frank Sinatra and Elvis. Same as me, Vinny. My mom was a huge Elvis and Frank Sinatra fan. She was also a big fan of. I'm trying to think all the stuff that she used to play.
Don't dare say. Don't say the bubble guy.
Mr. Tallyman, the guy who did that.
Hey, Mr. Harry Belafonte.
Harry Belafonte. Sammy Davis Jr. A lot of the crooner music was played.
Bree's like completely into what the hell's his name? The drunk guy from
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. Fuck, what's wrong?
That's what I'd say. But it was fake. He was drinking iced teas. They said.
I know that, but
but that was what was. And my father liked John Denver, the Alabama Boys.
I don't have a problem with John Denver. That's fine. Yeah. I'm not gonna throw my
father
listened
on stage, to he listened to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Band, and I always liked that as a kid. I had the Star Wars soundtrack as a kid.
Did you like the Miko version of Star Wars?
The what?
Miko.
I don't know what that is.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna play that.
Oh God.
No, you got to play it, don't you? You have to play it, or else.
Yeah. No. Well, they can't hear it either.
No.
No.
Well, I'll play it for you.
That's a shame. I'll just.
I think they can if you play it.
They said they couldn't hear when I was playing music before. Could you hear the Mummers when I played the Mummers before?
No, I couldn't.
You can't hear it now?
No.
Sounds like a really scary porno, man.
Yeah, well, it kind of is.
All right, well, I'll play this. Maybe somebody will hear this. I don't know.
But yeah, well, I think if we were on the Podbean, I think I'd be able to hear what you were doing.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to.
Anyway, we grew up with all different kinds of music. Al Albert's, oh my God. Vinny said his grandfather played drums for Al Albert's.
Was he in the Mafia?
He was in the studio a couple times when I was at Channel 6. I don't think I met him.
So do you remember this?
I do remember this. The dance version.
Yeah, it's basically a disco version of Star Wars. Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, I
remember that.
Embarrass my father and played that at Fran Zones all the time.
Yep. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers too.
Yeah. I mean, like one of the songs I'm not proud to like is actually I like a Madonna song.
It's not wrong with that.
There was a point where she was kind of hot.
Yeah, at one point, but I only like
very early.
I mean, I can deal with her songs in a nostalgic, like Live Aid kind of way, but like Live to Tell, I actually like it.
I mean, listen, I'm a hard rock guy, so like I'm not gonna. I don't physically get into the music when I hear stuff like that. It's stuff that I grew up with is like when I'm in at a good Italian restaurant and they're playing
Black Sabbath,
bad Frank Sinatra. I'm happy. Like I don't know, it just makes me feel good. But if I hear a really good Sabbath with Dio tune, I get into it, man. It's a whole physical response that goes on through me.
Yeah.
Sign of the Southern Cross. That song just stirs me, man. And some of the Randy Rhoads stuff with Ozzy, whenever I hear it, I get emotional listening to him play because it means so much to me.
Yeah. That's why I was talking to Bree the other day, and she's like, it's weird. I can't see you as a metalhead. I'm like, what? She's like, well, when I met you, we talked about Pink Floyd and other stuff. I'm like, well, there was a time when I was a kid where I led the life. And I did like other things. I mean, you like other music, you can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You walk to your class. But like, when I was showing up at like Catholic school and, I'm listening to like, Sabbath or something, those kids weren't really into that. There were only like 3 guys I knew in school that did that.
So I was into Pink Floyd. I saw Floyd at JFK. I was into the Who big time, like ridiculously into the Who. I was ridiculously into the Stones and Led Zeppelin. They were as big in my life as anything else. But when it came time to put the posters up, man, it was Judas Priest, Ted Nugent, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. That's what you'd find on the walls of Paul's room, and that's
I had to
the
be
way
careful
it was.
because my mom was insane. And if I put up anything for Black Sabbath, she'd lose her mind.
My mother walked in and thought that I was an occultist.
Yeah, she would actually beat the shit out of me.
I had this one poster. It was a black light poster, and it was black across left to right and Sabbath up and down. And then it had 666 on it. And I remember that, hearing her speaking to my father, like they thought I'd gone off the deep end.
He's lost his fucking mind.
And then when I got the Number of the Beast poster, which is still somewhere in this house.
Yeah, I would have gotten thrown out for that or the shit kicked out of me. Yeah.
It's funny.
Like I had an Eddie poster from it was a door poster of him ripping through. It was like, you know, he's like tearing through your door, but it was like the Eddie from Somewhere in Time. So I could get away with that.
We have somewhere, it might be in David's coffers. I had the Eddie, the one where he is in his Somewhere in Time body frame, if you will, wearing the Clint Eastwood long jacket and the hat. And David had that on the back of his door growing up. That was his door in his bedroom. It's funny. So David's bedroom, my son is 24 years old now. He had my Spirit of 76 Kiss poster in the wall, the Kiss on the motorcycles. He had Black Sabbath with Dio on the wall. He had Black Veil Brides, one of his contemporary bands that he liked. But the majority of the stuff in his room were vintage posters that were 3 to 4 times his age at any given point in his life after the age of 10.
I'm proud of this.
Yeah, I saw that, Hunter S. Thompson.
I was psyched she did that.
Yeah. And her hair's normal there.
Yes, she has blonde hair there. So, but yeah, I was psyched that
I saw some kids walking by the other day, and I was like, "What is going on with the hair?" And it's Caitlin and her friend.
Yeah, that's what they do. I think they do it just to annoy people. Like they're daring them to say something at this point, but she just likes it, man. That's fine.
I can relate to that.
I've had mine was red once, blue.
I had some crazy ass long hair. I posted a picture this past week.
Yeah.
It was my hair at its biggest. It's in my memories. If you go on my page, let's see if I can find out how far down it is.
I saw that. Yeah, that was definitely a lot of hair.
That was the biggest it ever got, and that was around 1990 or so. I remember that night very well. I know it. I even know the pants I was wearing there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Now
I know, and that's even weirder.
Well, you know, I was very aware of the type of clothes I was wearing, what I was doing, and what was happening. So, how did that end up on my page? Ribstock. What is going on? Memories popping up on my page. Oh, I looked myself up the wrong way.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, I see. Ribstock,
Christ's sake,
a while ago. Let's see. It's about how far down?
That was a while.
Did anybody hear that or see the stuff that I put up? I put up Midnight Moses. I was jamming this a little bit at the gig the other night. I don't know if anybody can hear this. Probably not.
What the hell's going on? Only on Podbean.
I put up the Dead End Kids doing Midnight Moses, and then I put up the Dead Daisies doing it, and then the original band was Sensational Alex Harvey Band. That's where it all came from. Midnight Moses. Pretty interesting. Can you hear that at all? Probably not.
You me?
Yeah.
No.
That's
weird.
I have to switch over to Podbean. If next week.
Yeah. I think it only comes through Podbean.
Yeah, next week I'll go in through that way. Then I think I can call in.
I can do it this way. How's that?
No. Is that a condenser mic you're using? No, it's still not coming through. I know. You think you would if you're surrounding the microphone. That's weird.
John Corabi on vocals.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Dead Daisies, Midnight Moses. He's one of my favorite singers, John Corabi. He's from Philadelphia. He did one record with Motley Crue. And prior to that, he has his own band called The Scream. I fucking love his voice.
Huh.
Unbelievable.
Check it.
Scratchy.
You like it. You're really scratchy.
That's my favorite kind of vocal is that power scratch.
You
know, unless you're Dio.
Well, then.
Some people can do that well, and then other people can't. But
yeah, it's a thing.
It is a thing.
You know, then there's the Janis Joplin thing, that's the other thing I love.
That's the same thing, and there's a lot of women that like do that, and it's not it doesn't sound good to me. And it's the same thing. It's because it's a harder style, and some people can do it and some people can't. And even when you can do it, you have to kind of intentionally do it, and you have to be like technically sound when you do it. Otherwise, you will only be able to do it for a short period of time.
Well,
then all of your muscles will be like, "Screw you."
That's I think what happened to Tommy Kiefer, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know that for sure. And you know, I wonder about like when that scream metal thing was really big about 5 years ago. Like most of those vocalists are probably just toast now.
Some of them can be, but there's like a whole world of people, and I think Melissa Cross was one of the ones that kind of came to the forefront with that, because she had that DVD series, The Zen Art of Screaming. Because she was hired to go on tour with a lot of bands like that to keep their vocalists in shape so that they could get through tours like that. And really the secret of it is that you're making really small noises at a low volume, and the microphone is doing the rap.
Yeah.
There are still some people out there who are just like balls to the wall with it, and if you condition yourself, you can do it. But I like watching those videos because I never had a scream. I always wanted a scream though, but I never had one. So I have, I had a much cleaner voice before, which is why I see my coach now, because I sang like soprano 1 and classical choirs for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And now I do this shit. So when you do stuff like that, some stuff happens,
I call that screamo music, which is what they call it, screamo, but I call it Cookie Monster vocals. Oh, Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Some of them are cool. I like the ones that are audible. If I can hear them and through that, then I like it. And some of the other ones I'm not real crazy about. I won't listen to them. But stuff like, Cradle of Filth, Danny Filth has like one of the best voices for that, for being able to hear through.
Does he use pitch, or does he just make the sounds? When somebody can get in pitch, that's when I like it.
He's crazy. If you haven't listened to any Cradle of Filth, go.
I'm sure I have, and I probably didn't like it. Knowing me,
if you didn't like Cradle of Filth, I couldn't believe that. So that, and then Chris Barnes from 6 Feet Under, he was really good for like audibility. I thought that the dude that sang for Cannibal Corpse was also much better at doing that kind of style, and still having somebody be able to listen to it and like hear the lyrics through that.
Yeah.
Where's my
for me it was
find something off of Midian.
Dio was the pinnacle for me.
Yep.
So
yeah, I don't know where that is. I get CDs all over the place because I got I have like a first generation iPod.
Oh Jesus!
I think I have one of those in the other room.
I swear to God,
is it like in the museum or something?
I got it from Nancy's daughter when she
gave it away.
She grew up. But we got 5 minutes left, folks. So we're rolling out in a few minutes here. That's the original.
You should probably plug what's going on.
Yeah, let's do some plugs.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up this weekend on Friday night, Old School makes their debut at the Summer Music Fest at Cannstatter, Northeast Philadelphia on Academy Road from 7:30 to 9:30. There's a beer garden and there's food to be served, and it's a pretty cool thing. They do the Pennypack Music Fest there every Wednesday night during the summer. I think Mike LeCompte is there tomorrow night.
Yes.
So we will be there Friday night. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a big deal, at least for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, this, the Bad Bar Tour continues.
Hey.
And then Saturday nights, we have an original night, original rock and roll. Original rock and roll means we're not playing other people's songs. It's music that people wrote themselves in their basement.
Nice.
We will be at I'm going to tell you who. Calm down. Yes. It's going to be at the Rusty Nail, starting at 7:30. We're going to have the Methmatics. We're going to have Rat Rod, and we're going to have Instinct. All bands that write their own music. Methmatics are from the Baltimore area. Rat Rod is a local New Jersey band, and Instinct is my band. And we are from Philadelphia originally. And we'll all be playing our own tunes and getting through the night, man. Getting through the night. Kelly, sorry you can't be there. Sorry you can't be there, It's fine.
That's okay. I won't be there either.
So, in any event, that is the agenda for this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing Sunday. I'm mowing the lawn.
You're mowing the lawn, yeah. Damn right.
And I'll fire up the hot tub again.
There you go. Yeah. We did that this weekend.
Yes, that was good.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I still say if we could get some wireless headphones and microphones, we could do this.
We could even wire it. We just need to get shit away from the water.
You still need yeah, you would totally not have to fry yourselves.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die in a hot tub.
Not with you.
No.
Doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast killed me.
Doing a shitty podcast. Jesus.
Going up to the gates. And what happened?
Like we're changing the
what
world.
What brings you
man.
here? Well, I was doing a podcast. It was very awkward with the electricity and the water. You're stupid. Yes, I am. Anyway.
Oh, look! Assholes!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's not die like that.
So anyway, on that note, it's been a wacky and weird and normal hour and a half of non-debauchery.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We weren't that debaucherous. We could be worse.
I mean, did you see the tagline I wrote for tonight's show?
No.
It's pretty funny. It's typical me, but this is what I said about tonight's show. I said, the P word tonight at 8:30. Serendipity multiplies. Tune in as we delve into the vastness of the notness.
Oh,
You'll see. Join us here on Facebook via my feed or on Podbean. And then I wrote, also, Old School at Cannstatter, Philadelphia, Friday night news. And Instinct, Rat Rod, Methmatics, Saturday at the Nail in Ardmore.
Nice.
I thought that was a nice
Welcome
little...
to the P word, you dirty fuckers.
Oh, that was nice.
Thank you.
Very good.
Did you star scream?
Jim played a bumper that he made, which you couldn't hear. That's fine.
That's okay. I got other bumpers.
I like your stacked stone wall as well. It's very nice.
That's
Nice.
outside of my porch, and that ended up having to go up because the wall fell down when they redid the kitchen.
Just like Humpty Dumpty.
Well done.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, boy. Well, on that note, it's 9:59, and we are out of here.
Listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do it again next Tuesday.
Yes.
I
I think so.
Anybody on vacation? I don't think I'm on vacation.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway,
So we might be here. We'll probably be here. What the hell is doing?
it'll be fun, and I say, oh, here's somebody else. It's a Sensational Harvey Band doing more of that song. Anyway,
This is the P word on the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Right.
And I am the head moron.
I'm the associate moron.
all right. Have a great night.
All right. We're out. Thanks, Steph. Good night.